Have you ever studied harder than the people around you and still scored worse? Like, you're the last one to leave the library, you've been studying for months longer than your friends. Maybe you've even helped people who are now scoring better than you on the exact same exam. And then you start to wonder, is there something wrong with me? There isn't. The problem isn't how hard you're working. It's that nobody ever taught you the skills that actually move your score. And those are completely different from knowing the material. Let me show you what I mean. I know what this feels like because I was that person. I went to Stanford for med school. I worked harder than a lot of the people around me. Longer hours, more detailed notes, everything you're supposed to do. And there were people who studied way less and scored way better. I remember I had a clinical exam and I just didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to interview patients in the way that other people seemed to expect that I needed to do it. I also didn't know what they were doing differently. It just seemed like, oh, they just naturally know how to do this. And so I got super frustrated. And at one point I actually broke down and cried in front of a portion of my class. Because I didn't understand. I knew the material actually quite well. It's just how is it that other people can do this? And what are they doing differently than I'm not doing? It took me years to figure out the answer I'm about to teach you, which can help you to get much higher scores in much less time. Now, there's a story about Michael Jordan, and his daughter supposedly studied really hard for an exam, she was putting in a bunch of hours, and then she bombed it. And what he told her was, good. Now you know the difference between preparation and work. You worked, but you didn't prepare. Now that's a distinction that nobody makes in school. I coach medical students and doctors, and they can work extremely hard. But if you don't have the right skills, if you're not preparing in the right way, learning in the right way, retaining, having a system for remembering it, and learning how to apply that information, then you're really just putting an effort that doesn't really lead anywhere. Now, we've all been there. So let me show you what's actually going on, because once you see it, you're going to understand exactly why your score hasn't moved. And more importantly, it'll also explain exactly what fixes it in a lot less time than you think. Now, have you ever gotten a question wrong and then you read the explanation and you thought, I knew that. Wait a minute, why didn't I get it right? That moment right there, the I knew that, is the single biggest clue about what's actually going on. Now, if your problem were knowledge, you wouldn't know the answer when you read the explanation, right? You think, oh, well, I've never heard of that. But that's not what's happening in many cases, right? You read it and you think, wait a minute, I actually knew that, which means that you have the knowledge. You just couldn't access it in the context of that particular question. In other words, that's a skill gap. It is not a knowledge gap. And those require completely different fixes. Here's something that'll sound obvious once I say it, but nobody actually talks about it. Now, try this sometime. Go ask someone who scored really high on one of their exams and ask them, how did you study? 9 times out of 10, they will give you a list of resources that they used. They might say, I used this question bank, or I used this set of lectures, or I used this book. In other words, they will tell you what they used. People are comparing resources all the time, but they will virtually never tell you how they use them. It's the same thing with virtually all commercial prep programs. They'll tell you what to do. They will give you a book and say, read these pages, do this many questions, make these Anki cards or do these flashcards, but it is extremely rare that they will tell you how to use them. How exactly should I be reading this? How exactly should I be learning this material and taking notes and putting it together and using the flashcards, right? What should I actually be doing when I sit down with a question? Think about it like basketball. Everyone is using the exact same ball. It's the same court, it's the same hoops, using, very similar uniforms. What separates a good player from a great one is how they use those things. If you're a medical student or doctor studying for your boards, so the USMLE-Rx, COMLEX, shelf exams, or ABIM, ABA, any of the specialty boards, be sure to sign up for our 14-step free program if you want to learn more about how it is that you can build the skills necessary to get a higher score in less time. So the students that are scoring the top 5% on some of the hardest exams in the world, they're using the exact same resources as the people who failed the exam. Everyone that did really well used the same Q bank as the people who failed. It's the same resources, but completely different results. And this is actually one of the most common reasons why a program or a set of books or resources can work really well, at least on the surface, for some people, but not for others. Because for the people that it worked well for, they probably already had the skills, or they just had a few gaps that were fixed by those particular resources, right? That program may have filled in the last 10% that they were missing. But for the people that are struggling, those same programs may not be addressing their actual gaps. In my experience, in the AI age where there's so many resources available, the gap is actually very rarely what it is that you're studying, right? It's not, oh my gosh, I just don't have access to the right information. Instead, it's how it is that you are using that information. Now, why is that? Now, in fairness, it's a lot easier to tell someone what to do. Certainly for programs and books and things like that, it's a lot easier to deliver a program that's just like, okay, here is the material that you need to know, just learn this thing and everything is gonna be fine. And so that's what most programs do, because they're focused on things that can scale, right? They're trying to make it easier from a delivery standpoint to give you the information. And frankly, it makes complete sense. Like from a business standpoint, it actually makes a lot of sense. But it means that the actual problem, right? The how of how it is that you should actually use that material, right? How you should learn it, how you should reverse engineer exactly what skills and knowledge and beliefs and mindsets you would need in order to get those questions correct in your exam. The real problems often go completely unaddressed because they can only deal with one kind of problem. It's almost as if they are a hammer and then every problem to them looks like a nail, right? So like, oh, I don't know how to read this question. Okay, well, just read more of these books, do more of these questions. Okay, well, I don't exactly know how to break down this topic so I can learn about it. Yeah, just read this more. Now, I coached a student whose name is Jonathan, who showed me something that I will never forget. He just failed one of the biggest exams that you take in medical school twice by just a point or two every single time. Now, he'd improved his practice test scores by over 10% between attempts. He was clearly putting in the work, but his actual score, which, it's called a shelf exam, had barely moved. And what was interesting is that when we looked at his practice data, here's what was completely wild. He was getting almost all of the hard questions right. So the ones where fewer than 50 or even 40% of the test takers were getting correct. But he was missing a huge chunk of the easy ones, right? The ones where like literally more than 90% of the people were getting them correct. The ones that almost everyone was getting right, he was getting wrong. And the ones that people were getting wrong, he was getting right. Now, think about it. If his problem were knowledge, it would be the complete opposite, right? He should be getting all of the easy ones right and missing all of the hard ones, but he actually had it backwards. And he told me, I think my reading comprehension just sucks. I feel like I'm back in the 5th grade learning how to read. Now, in fairness, his reading comprehension was completely fine, as was his knowledge, which was also completely okay. He was, clearly getting the hard questions right. The problem was that on the easy questions, he was overcomplicating them. In other words, he did not have the skills yet to prevent himself from overthinking. His girlfriend said it perfectly. She said, he overthinks too much. If he could just streamline his thinking, it would be different. Now, he was using the exact same resources as everyone else. He obviously knew the material, but no one had ever shown him how to read a question without overcomplicating it, right? That's a skill gap. There is a skill behind reading a question and learning how to pull out the concept that they're testing as opposed to getting lost in all the details. And as a consequence, no amount of content was going to fix his problem. So if you read the answer explanation of a question that you got wrong and think, wait a minute, I knew that. Your problem probably is not knowledge. Instead, it's probably a skill or even set of skills that nobody has taught you. And here's the thing that most people miss. These skills are learnable. This isn't some talent that you're born with. I remember when I was younger, I thought oh man, this person's just naturally a good test taker. Or when I was at Stanford, when I was seeing other people who were interviewing patients, I was like, oh my God, it seems so magic. How is it that they just know what it is that they need to do? I mean, eventually I learned it too. And so now I can look back and say, oh yeah, no, it was just a set of skills that I just did not have yet. However, when we don't have those skills, it can look to us oh my gosh, they're just natural. They're just born with it. The trick is, once you realize the problem is a skill, right? Not intelligence, not some sort of inborn talent. You just have to break it into small enough chunks. And when you break it into small enough chunks, you can learn literally anything. So what actually happens when you fix the real skill gaps instead of just adding more content? I'll give you some examples. So we had 2 students that I coached last summer who gained over 30 points each in under 2 weeks. Now, for step 2, which is one of the hardest exams in the world that these students gain this for, 30 points is more than 2 standard deviations. So one of them went from a 225, which is flirting with failing, to a 257, which is almost top 10%. The other went from a 230 to a 263. That's a massive jump. That's going from basically one standard deviation below average, or probably more than one standard deviation below average, to literally like the top 10% on the exam. And granted, these are some of the hardest exams in the world with some of the best test takers in the world. Because to get to the point where you can even take this test, you had to have done really well in the MCAT and got accepted to medical school. Like, these are no joke. And note that in those 2 weeks, they didn't really learn a single new fact. They were studying the same hours, they had the same medical knowledge. What really changed is how they were reading questions. They were figuring out what the question is actually asking before looking at the answer choices. They were reading the question stems to try to figure out what concept they were being tested on, as opposed to getting bogged down in the details. Now, there's no way that you gain 30 points in knowledge, right? More than 2 standard deviations in 2 weeks. But they improved because they got more questions right for the things that they already knew. Literally today, I spoke with someone who she went from getting 63% on a test to 93% on a different practice test for the exact same exam, all within 24 hours. All she changed was her determination for how it is that she was reading questions, because she got tired of constantly getting questions wrong for the things that she already knew. And here's the thing that most people don't realize. The difference in knowledge between someone who's scoring average and someone who's scoring in the top 5% is not actually that much. Like, both groups oftentimes know most of the same stuff. The difference for those scoring in the top 5 or 10% is that you're getting credit for what it is that you know, and the person that's scoring average isn't, right? It's the same knowledge, it's the same skills, and once you fix the skills, the knowledge that you already have is gonna start to count more. We had another student who was repeating her entire 3rd year of medical school because she had been struggling so much. She'd been working really hard, but she said it was just trying to pass. And even then, she was barely passing some of her exams and actually failed some of them. In her words, she said, it would just be nice to see that I can achieve something if I work at it. I feel like I've been working really hard just to have to do it all of my 3rd year all over again. Now, within the first month of working on her skills, not more content, but actually the skills, her scores jumped from a 60 to a 77. So she scored even higher on her real tests. And the best news is that her clinical evaluations also improved. The thing is that when you actually learn how to, study for a test, it's like, if you actually learn how to think more and to apply the information more effectively, not only will you improve your test scores, and you will also be able to improve your ability to use it in the real world. Because functionally, that is what a test is doing, is it's asking you to apply principles and concepts, at least for the big tests that people usually struggle with. The attending physicians that she was working with were just constantly complimenting her now. Whereas before they were like, oh yeah, no, you need to work on your clinical reasoning, you need to read more. Now people are telling her, wow, like, you really know your stuff. None of that came from just learning new medicine, right? It came from learning how to use the medicine that she already had. So if you've been working hard and your score won't budge, or if you know the material but you can't seem to demonstrate it on exam day, I want you to hear this clearly. There is nothing wrong with you. You're not stupid. You're not a bad test taker. You're not unteachable. Instead, you probably have a skills gap. And remember, all skills are learnable. None of us were born being able to walk. None of us were born knowing how to play a sport or an instrument or any of the other things that you've learned how to do. The key is just remember what it took. Like, if you could go back and teach yourself something that you know how to do well today, just think, how would you do it, right? You would probably break down one big skill into smaller pieces. When I learned how to serve in tennis, they actually broke it down into, first, I just learned how to throw a ball up in the air, like the same height to the same position every single time. And then once I got good at that, then they taught me how to put the racket behind my head for a while. And then they taught me how to bring down the racket. And then they eventually, several days later, I put it all together. But literally all they did is, for one skill, they broke it down into its component parts, and then they taught me those component parts. Test taking is no different. Once you do that, these things fix a lot faster than you think. Now, if you want to see one of the most critical components of what the right approach actually looks like in real practice, be sure to check out this video, because I'll break down exactly what I've done for the last 17 years to make sure that I can remember the contents of over 28,000 flashcards with under 30 minutes of studying per day.